Welcome to POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone as the Utah Jazz defeat the New Orleans Hornets tonight. And the last and final times they'll ever beat the Hornets, they'll have to beat the Pelicans from here on out. 95-83, and there are a few stories to the night. I think one of them is really the defense that the Jazz had against the second-team players of the Hornets and how they just, really, the Hornets are so thin, and the Jazz were able to use their bench to overwhelm them.
Well, and it was the Jazz bench that was doing most of the damage. You know, Jamari Carroll, Favors coming off the bench and blocking shots. I think he had 6 for the night and didn't have a bad offensive night there for himself. But it was the Jazz bench against the Hornets bench, and they really got the job done.
Derek Favors, he doesn't deserve all of the credit because a lot of it was how bad their bench played, but it was really stunning. From the first to the third quarter, when Favors was on the floor, the Hornets shot 4 of 25. When Favors was off the floor, they shot 12 of 16. Now, some of that was because their main guys, but not all. I mean, that's just an incredible number. Derek was huge defensively.
Well, it's amazing how you block a couple of shots and then you start to alter shots, and things change for you. Things start to work out good for you. But it was the defensive play out on the perimeter there as well. Jamari Carroll disrupting the offense, coming up with some steals and deflections, that type of thing. Whenever he comes in the ball game, it seems like he makes things happen. He gets the defense in a scramble for the most part. It's just that doing that sometimes does get you in trouble.
25 minutes for DeMar tonight. Played very well. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. And really, this was a great team for him to play against. We've talked, for example, the Warriors, if he's going to play, he's going to have to stay with Klay Thompson. You can't leave Klay Thompson if he gets those same kind of minutes. If he ends up going against Draymond Green and he leaves him to go gamble, then that's great because Draymond Green can't shoot, and these guys really weren't very good shooters. And then that leads to the other thing that changed this game.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison
right.
and pick your players that you do those type of things. With Klay Thompson, you leave him, that 15, 18-footer, that's just like a layup for some of those guys that can shoot the basketball as well as he can shoot it. But he got the job done. The Jazz took care of business tonight. They need to win. See what the Lakers here do tonight, and it just boils down today. We've got the Jazz have 5 games left, and it's going to go down to the wire.
We got to win them. They got to lose them. The other big thing that happened tonight is that in the third quarter, the first time out, Monty Williams and Eric Gordon got into it, and Monty Williams went after Eric Gordon in a way that I have rarely seen a coach go after an NBA player. He waved him off, kind of a dismissive brush 3 or 4 times. And then that wasn't enough. He spun around, started yelling at him. Eric came toward him, not in an aggressive fashion at all, to hear what he said. Kind of rolled his eyes at him and started back to the bench. And when he sat down, and Monty decided to blow off the meeting with the coaches and went back toward Eric Gordon, screaming and yelling at him some more until finally told him, "You're done for the night," I think. And Eric went and sat at the end of the bench. And the impact of that is that, one, Eric Gordon's really good, but the bigger impact was late in the game. It allowed the Jazz to have Gordon. Ty really took advantage of this nicely. He had DeMar Carroll guard Vasquez. He had Gordon Hayward guard Vasquez because they had Brian Roberts, who's not very good, on the floor, and the Jazz went and hid Mo Williams over there.
They needed some size on Vasquez. Vasquez is not the quickest guard, but he's savvy. He's very good at getting into the paint, making little runners, getting to the free throw line, but putting some size on him that's just as quick as he is with Gordon or DeMar Carroll, that put a stop to that.
Vasquez is a restricted free agent. In your mind, what tier point guard is he in this league?
I think second tier. I think he's having that good of a year. I just think he's improved that much. And I remember at the beginning of the year watching him play, I like what I saw then, but now he's getting to the point now where he's getting a lot of attention around the league. Talked to a few people, and they seem to think that he might be the most improved player in the league or get some recognition there for it. So, but he's on a team that's growing, that's young, and I don't think they'll let him go there.
Well, the other one that I think is very interesting is the play of Gordon Hayward tonight. He started the night badly. I think he was 1 of 6 in the first quarter.
He was.
And then he finishes the night 9 of 18 with 23 points on the night, 5 of 10 from 3. And what jumps out to me about this, Ron, is Gordon Hayward in the past, if he starts tonight 1 for 6, he's going to finish 2 for 8. He's going to shut it down. And he is playing either with a reckless abandonment, who the cares? I can say it because Thurl did, right? Yeah. We're only on the internet. Or he's just gained in confidence. But something's very different about him because I think you would probably agree with me that if he goes 1 for 6 early in the year, he's probably done at that point. this is a different kid now.
Yeah, and he can make his own shots now, and he just not relying on someone to dribble, penetrate, draw and kick, that type of thing. He has the confidence and the ability and the green light to play the way he wants to play, and he's really, really getting the job done. As you just mentioned, 1 for 6 there in the first quarter, and as I mentioned earlier in that second quarter, I think that he's going to make the next shot. I mean, that's the mentality that he has to have if he's going to be a scorer in this league, and not just a shooter, David, a scorer, which means
he's developed it, which is a good sign for the Jazz. Yeah. Jazz win it tonight, as they should, 95-83. They are now 19-0 against sub-500 teams at home, and more interestingly, they're the 8th best team in the NBA against sub-500 teams. So the idea that we lose a bunch of games to teams we should beat, maybe not so accurate. All right, have a good one.